22nd. Actually, 3 trades were made, and since then, Miami has won 17 and lost 11. Gatling on the follow, stripped by Bushler, and deflected out. Last touched by the Heat. And here is James Edwards coming on for the first time, and Tony Kukoc hearing the applause. 8 points for Kukoc. Opened up with a hot hand, but sits down 4 of 12 from the field. A record of 17 and 11 since the enormous triple trade day back on the 22nd of February. Does not include a win over Chicago, with the Heat fielding only 8 players. Among the new additions, only Tony Smith had reported to the team. That was on February 23rd, and a stunning upset. Back comes Kerner, and then pulls it up.
And I think that loss to Miami by Chicago served as a bit of a wake-up call for them. It really annoyed them, mainly because they got beat primarily by the three-point shooting. Pretty much Rex Chapman did most of the damage, making 9 out of 10 in that game. But when the Chicago Bulls get stung in any fashion, especially with a Michael Jordan and a Scottie Pippen involved, they just get mad and take it out on the next, whatever, 8, 9, 10 opponents.
Gatling off the fake, and then Sally was able to hold it away. And Pat Riley now sending on Danny Shays. Chris Gatling will sit down. Only 5 points, 1 of 5 from the field for Gatling. Danny Shays in his 15th NBA season. Spent last year with Phoenix, where he started 27 games. Ron Harper hears it from the crowd. Replaced by Randy Brown. Good all-around effort for Harper. 6 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. Down to 7 on the shot clock. They double up on Danilovic. 3, 2, and yes. He fired one up. And his 24-second violation of that, it did not hit the rim. Earlier today here on NBC, Orlando defeating Detroit. So the Magic up 2-zip. And it was San Antonio over Phoenix, 110 to 105 for a 2-0 lead with Game 3 on Wednesday. David Robinson, 40 points, 21 rebounds. The Admiral, 13 of 24 from the field. Here's Kerr for 3. And both clubs are having their problems scoring. Charles Barkley, 30 points and 19 rebounds. In the Orlando-Detroit game, Shaquille O'Neal, 29 points. Smith coming up short. And Shea's able to retrieve. Here's Smith. A long time between baskets.
Boy, nobody in Chicago can get a hold of the ball.
And Tyrone Corbin converts. The Bulls 93 and the Heat 62.
You get the feeling both teams want to get to the offensive end as quickly as possible and get in the scorebook.
Miami went over 6 minutes without a field goal. Over that stretch, 1 for 8 with Corbin hitting Edwards. James Edwards. He just checked in moments ago. James Edwards in his 19th NBA season. Sally went down, and a whistle. Foul called. Timeout taken. We'll be right back.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by the Pepsi-Cola Company, who reminds you that nothing else is a Pepsi. By Jeep, makers of the new award-winning Jeep Grand Cherokee. And by New Miller Beer, brewed from the heart of the hops, for a beer with heart that goes down easy.
An overcast 48-degree day in the windy city of Chicago. Light sprinkle on and off. And indoors here at the United Center as Danilovic hits from the outside. It has been all Chicago. They now lead 95 to 64. 5.5 remaining in this fourth quarter. Marv Albert and Matt Dugas and Ahmad Rashad. Here's Randy Brown getting the step, rebounded by Danny Shays. The The main concern of the Bulls, the injury status of Michael Jordan, who hurt his back late in the second quarter, did play the entire third quarter. And Michael finishing up with 29 points, went back to the locker room. That is where he is right now. And the question is what his physical condition will be for Game 3 on Wednesday in Miami. Edwards called for the foul.
And the head and chin of Coach Phil Jackson going right to his chest after that foul by James Edwards. All he would like to see James do in this situation is just play body position, go straight up, try to block shots, play your game. But no need to commit any silly fouls at this point. I've always felt that in the playoff situation, when a team gets blown out, they become very dangerous in the next game. They generally bounce back very well. Well, Miami got beat by 17 in Game 1. They obviously did not bounce back at all in Game 2. So maybe after 2 blowouts, they'll be fine on Wednesday.
That is the M. Gukas theory, the 2 blowout philosophy. And this has been a blowout right from the start. The Bulls led 28-19 after 1. They extended 63-38 at the half. Off the steal, Danilovic has a 2-on-1, a pretty fake, and he's able to take it all the way. Bulls 95 and the Heat 67. Bulls led by 30 after 3 quarters. Never in this one. Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway. Shays called for steps.
We have seen that a number of times here in this fourth quarter. Anytime it looks like there's going to be any kind of collision, the officials have wisely found a traffic
violation. Smith. Danilovic. That's a 3. A bit too late for Sasha and the Heat. He now has 15, and the Bulls now lead 97-70.
Pat Riley would like to see Sasha Danilovic find his touch. He could be a big help on Wednesday night to spread the floor some. Mourning, who has really struggled.
It counts, and the foul. So John Salley will go to the line. Well, because of our NBA coverage, Dateline Sunday, taking the night off. They'll be back on May the 19th. And tonight, following all new episodes of Mad About You and News Radio, Peter Benchley, the best-selling author of Jaws, is back with the Beast. That is all coming your way next, right here on NBC. Stacey King, and he is fouled by John Salley, so King will go to the line. Well, back in the second quarter, Michael Jordan putting the move on Tyrone Corbin, going baseline. This is where he hurt his lower back. Left the game at this point, about 2.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. And then, after playing the entire third quarter, left the bench to head back to the locker room. And we have not received any further report on Michael.
And according to the team doctor, John Heffernan, that this has happened to Michael on a number of occasions, so he knows how to more gingerly at the start of the third quarter, but warmed up, played all 12 minutes of that third quarter, and finally got himself going. Now, Michael has just been unbelievably resilient with injuries throughout his career. How he has been able to bounce back where most people might be on the injured list for at least 5 games or more.
Yes, has a remarkable threshold to pain. He's played with some severe injuries and played very well. Brown with a second straight jump shot. It's the Bulls 103, the Heat 71.
And Michael has even been able to play with pretty severe cases of the flu, which is really draining on your stamina.
Corbin. And back comes Bushler. Phil Jackson made the point the other night prior to game number 1 that he was delighted to see 3 of the 4 home teams lose on the first night of the wanted to drive home the point in his